So like Michael said, my name is Joep Pascale. For those of you that don't know, I'm a loan officer at Fairway Mortgage, and I hold the loan officer spot for the group here. And this is my presentation. If we could go to the next slide. So a little bit about me. I am an Arizona native. I never lived anywhere else other than Arizona. I did spend a couple years, my first 2 years down at U of A as a pre-pharmacy major. Realized I was not smart enough. I realized once I got to organic chemistry, I was not going to be a pre-pharmacy major anymore. So I transferred up to ASU and got my degree. Got my degree in criminal justice criminology with a emphasis in homeland security and electronic monitoring. I did go to Horizon High School, which is just down the street on 56 and Greenway. Like Michael said, I did used to work as a gym manager for Zone Athletic Performance. It's an NFL combine gym. We started right here in the Air Park, so we trained the Cardinals, D-backs, Coyotes, athletes from all around the country. And then I also got hired by Department of Homeland Security as a Border Patrol agent. Realized that was not for me, so that's why I'm doing what I am now. I like where I live. I don't want to go to Eagle Pass, Texas and work 80 hours a week. Next slide, please. So this is my family. This is me and Brianna, my fiance. We just got engaged last year up in Sedona a couple weekends ago for another wedding. That's my mom, dad, and sister down there at the bottom. My sister just graduated from the Naval Academy in Annapolis, and she's now in flight school down in Pensacola, Florida. That's Vito up at the top right, our little Chihuahua, and Daisy, our pit bull, down here on a beanbag. That's pretty much it. Hobbies, as you can see in that first picture Michael found on Facebook. We do like to cook. We take cooking classes. We try new restaurants. So I put one of my favorite restaurants that's up here. It's closed now, but I guess it wasn't that great. It was Searsucker down in Old Town. I am an avid shooter. I do not hunt. I shoot for sport. So I build guns, modify guns, build them for friends, go shooting. Try to go once or twice a week. So that's one of my ARs that I built up there. I do like to travel. This was me, or my glass of empty wine, in Napa a few years ago. And then, believe it or not, I like doing projects around the house, whether it's painting my garage one weekend, ripping out floors or baseboards the next. That's what I like to do. So that's a picture of my house with the floors ripped up. Next slide, please. So I do work at Fairway Independent Mortgage. Fairway, this year is our 20-year anniversary, so we've been around for 20 years. Last year we had $11.6 billion in total loan volume. We've been voted the #1 company to work for in the nation 3 years in a row. And we started the American Warrior Initiative, which I'll get into a little bit more later on. And then my family history in Fairway. So as most of you know, my dad helped start Fairway about 20 years ago. He told me never to get in the business. He said, it's horrible, it's hard, don't do it. So that's why I was always law enforcement, things like that. I didn't listen to him. I now work for Fairway. We've grown to about 5,500 employees in all 50 states. And no one better to learn from than my father. So he's really helped me out with that. Next slide, please. The American Warrior Initiative. So it's a foundation that we started to help veterans. I know you guys have heard me talk about working with veterans, wanting to cater to veterans, and that's something we do very well. We have about 26 events every year around the country where we give away a home, help out their business with a grant, get them a new car if they need a new car. And we do that by bringing real estate agents and loan officers together and really educating them on what veterans go through and the VA loan. VA loan's a great thing. I know a few of you guys here are veterans, have experienced that. It's a great loan. And we're truly passionate about working with them. Red Fridays, if you walk into our office on Friday, you'll see everybody wearing a red shirt. Red stands for remembering everyone deployed. We also are all wearing military combat boots because we're part of the boot campaign. So we'll be in boots, red shirts, and jeans, and it's pretty casual on Fridays, but it's also a lot of fun. And then, like I said, we were voted #1 company to work for in the country for mortgage-wise by Mortgage Executive Magazine 3 years in a row. We want to keep that going every year. And it shows because we've grown in 3 years, we went from 2,000 employees to 5,500. So we're growing a little bit. Next slide, please. So what I focus on and why I like doing it. I'm really passionate about home ownership. most of you rent when you're first starting out and everything like that, and I hated seeing my landlord's Facebook and seeing them going to Italy and France and Greece when I'm here not getting at it, you know, paying their bill for that. So I like to show the benefits of renting versus owning. I love working with first-time home buyers. 90% of the time, renting or owning is way more affordable than renting. I'll show them how to do that. Also, I'll be done way before then. I like to show how you can build long-term wealth by buying your first home. You know, start paying yourself, putting that money in a forced savings account rather than throwing money every month away. And then debunking myths. When I first got in the business, someone told me, "Well, you're like a car salesman, right? You just want to get me in anything to make some money." Well, it's not true. We don't get paid based off of rate anymore. That is illegal. That's how it was back in the day. A loan officer would charge you a rate that's astronomically high and make $10,000, $20,000, $30,000 off a loan. You didn't do that.
I did not do that.
I know. But people would do this, and loan officers got a bad rap about it. I saw a statistic one time that said, in the public's eye, loan officers were just above used car salesmen. And I don't want it to be like that. You know, I want to be your go-to source to get you into that first home. You don't need 20% down. It's not going to cost you an arm and a leg to get into a home if you don't choose to do that. Another reason why I do what I do is I like meeting people. I got out of Department of Homeland Security because it was just me, very structured, and I didn't really like that. I like getting out there, meeting people, going to one-on-ones, getting lunches, taking my clients shooting. I don't take my clients golfing. I think it's the most boring thing in the world. I take them to the gun range. So if any of you guys want to go. And then being an Arizona native, my foundation is here, my network's here, and I like to tap that just like we do in B&I. We're all referral marketing, referral networking, and that's what I do personally as well. Next one, please. So just a little statistics. I use these infographics with my first-time home buyers just to show them, because I can throw all these numbers at them. It's going to go right over their head. So what I have here is if you bought a home in January 2016 based on basic appreciation, in six years, you're going to have an extra $43,000 in net worth. So if we want to talk about more of that, we can in a one-on-one. Pending home sales right now, the Southwest is on fire. The West in general is on fire, and homes are being bought up and sold within hours or minutes if you're Michael Fabro. And then mortgage credit availability, they're loosening the guidelines up on credit. So it's easier than ever to get in a home right now and take advantage of some of these down payment assistance programs, so you don't have to shell out thousands of dollars to buy your home. And I think that is, great referrals for me. Obviously, buyers and sellers. I want to talk to sellers before they sell their house, just to make sure they can get into their next home. Because if you sell your house, you can't qualify for a new one, you're kind of homeless. CPAs, financial advisors. I love working with CPAs and financial advisors. Anyone that needs a mortgage checkup, like I said in my 30-second presentation, people should be getting a regular checkup on their mortgage, just like they do on their health. And then divorce attorneys are another great referral for me, as bad as that sounds. And that is it. If you guys have any questions, we can go over it in our one-to-one, but that's a little bit about me and my business, and I appreciate you all.